and Tommy Sugiyato, bronze medalist in Copenhagen a year ago. In fact, injured himself in that semi-final, but has the record of being the first player to emulate a parent in winning a World Championship medal. Wouldn't he love it to be the same colour? And now a second medal, because of course his father, Ichuk Sugiyato, won in Copenhagen in 1983. He's up against Ronan. Then we've got women's doubles, and we're back to men's singles, and women's singles will follow that. So, only discipline that's through to the third round already, I think, is the mixed doubles. Am I right on that, Steen?
Sorry, Jill, didn't get that.
The mixed doubles is through to the third round already.
Yes, they're not playing today at all.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So to the men's doubles, the number 3 seeds and the former champions, Mohammad AHSAN and Hendra SETIAWAN, up against the French pairing of Baptiste CAREME and Ronan LABAR. Now this men's doubles, like the previous match, is the top half of the draw, but it's the second quarter of the draw that they're in. The French pair coming through a tremendous match against young Filipino pair. And you can see the number 14 seeds there from Japan, Kazuno and Yamada. They'll be playing against Liu and Eng from Canada. And nice to see the Canadians here after the technical mix-up, and they got disqualified from the Pan American Games in Toronto because they were entered into 2 tournaments at the same time. Their federation had also entered them into the Chinese Taipei Grand Prix Gold, and according to the rules of international badminton, you are disqualified from both events that you enter simultaneously. So anyway, it's nice to see the Canadians here, and nice to see them doing well as our players arrive onto court number 1, led out by the Indonesians, Mohammad AHSAN and Hendra SETIAWAN. Hendra SETIAWAN, who of course is former world and Olympic champion with Marcus Kido. 2008 Olympic gold medal, and gold at the World Championships in Kuala Lumpur as well with Marcus Kido. But this Indonesian pair formed their partnership at the 2012 Denmark Superseries event, where they probably reached the semi-final stage. Really have become a force to be reckoned with. All England champions last year, World Champions 2013. 15 finals they've been in since forming their partnership, winning 10 of them. And 2 of their finals are from this year. So there is Mohammad AHSAN, the 27-year-old from Palembang, South Sumatra. The win-loss record for the year, as I was saying, well, 7 tournaments, won the Malaysian Super Series and reached the final of the Asian Championships as well. So Hendra SETIAWAN, well, he's going to turn 31 later this month. Number 3 seeds have been number 1, spent 38 consecutive weeks as world number 1s in November 2013, all the way through to almost exactly a year ago, 14th of August last year, when they ceased to be the number 1 pair in the world. So Baptiste CAREME, 29 years of age, tall athlete, 181, just under 6 foot, 34 in the world rankings. They have been as high as 29, but to get to 34, they've played 24 tournaments in the last 12 months. His partner, Ronan LABAR, 26 years of age. 12 tournaments already this year, 2015, 3 semi-finals in the Swedish, Finnish and Peruvian International. Well, they had a tremendous first round match against the young pair from the Philippines. Did you call that one, Steen?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So
I did together with I think Richard Coughlin.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I thought it was a very good match indeed. This will be the first meeting between these two players as we look at our court officials. Mr. Nanoguchi from Japan is our umpire, and Rushali Upadhyay from India, our service judge. So as far as the French pair are concerned, this is only their second World Championships, but their first World Championships, for both of them, they played with different partners. And the only World Championships they played in prior to this was their home event, 2010 in Paris. So their first World Championship as a combination. And here's an interesting fact. For the Indonesian pair, never lost as a pair in the World Championships, because of course they were the #1 seeds 12 months ago in Copenhagen, but had to withdraw from the event. Sadly weren't able to try and defend their world title because of an ongoing, very nasty back injury to Mohammad AHSAN.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Mohammad AHSAN, Hendra SETIAWAN, Indonesia. And on my left, Ronan, LABAR, Baptiste, CAREME, sorry, France. Mohammad to serve to Baptiste, LABAR, Spain.
So Mohammad AHSAN getting this men's doubles match underway. Saying a little earlier during the first of our men's doubles, Steen, you rate them as favourites to take gold once again.
Yeah, I do, but I'm getting a little bit nervous because, as you might notice, both knees of Mohammad AHSAN are quite heavily strapped, and when you see that as a player, you don't know whether it's actually just a precaution and he's actually fully fit, or he's slightly injured, but he's struggled with injuries, and there's no doubt that they've been practicing really hard towards this World Championships. I think it's their best shot at a gold medal, Indonesia, this men's double, so...
More so than the mixed doubles?
Yes.
With Tontoy Ahmad
yes,
and
I think so. I have the Chinese pairs as favorites there. I think Nasir and Mohammad have struggled lately, so this is, in my opinion, the Indonesians' best chance of a gold.
Yeah. Oh, that's nicely done from Baptiste CAREME.
If the movements of Mohammad AHSAN is limited, then that could be crucial for this pair, because they're very dependent on his speed running around. Hendra SETIAWAN attacking.
Yes, I thought in the final 2 years ago in Guangzhou, I thought Mohammad AHSAN was the best player on court. I thought he was unbelievably quick that day against that Danish pair.
Yeah.
Look at that delightful block.
Often very hard to put pressure on Hendra SETIAWAN, just too clever. Very solid in his game, so a lot of pairs will in some way try to target Mohammad AHSAN, and that's difficult when he's fully fit. Excellent. And that's one of the skills of Hendra SETIAWAN that he's able to play with, in my opinion, a lot of different partners, because he's so good at covering for his partner. We saw the same a little bit with Lars Paske from Denmark. He could play with a lot of different players because he sort of closed the gaps where it was needed.
Because I know that Lee Yongbo said that about Tian Qing. She was versatile, she could play with anyone, and that's he really rated that ability.
Yeah, and she won here 2 months ago.
Yeah.
With a different partner than Zhao Yonglei. Of course, they were not qualified to participate in the World Championships, but excellent player, world and Olympic champion.
Atau lampu kamera kepada para petugas, mohon bantuannya. Terima kasih.
Oh, that's clever. Nice rally from the French combination. Just before we leave that subject, what is it that makes a player so versatile? Is it their style of play, or is it their personality, or is it a combination of the two?
I think it's a combination that you sort of to the partner that you have. There can be lots of differences in personality in between the players that you play with.
That was a double hit.
Yeah,
so sorry to interrupt,
So I think you have to have really good game reading skills. You have to understand the game extremely well.
Nicely taken.
And then you can say that, well, then Fu Haifang is also capable of playing with different partners, but I actually think that's his two main partners, Chai Yun and Zhang Nan, who's adapting to him and sort of getting their style to fit his style.
Yeah. That's fascinating. I think that's happened in the men's doubles discipline with Korea, don't you think? With them trying to find a partner to suit Lee Yongdae.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy. We can remember also the great Kim Dong-moon. He was really struggling to win anything in men's doubles for a while until he suddenly found Ha Taekwon.
Yeah.
Two players that you wouldn't normally place in a partnership because they were both backcourt players.
Both very tall athletes too, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, nice idea. Just overdone it. Yeah, French pair have made a good start, haven't they?
Yeah, excellent start. And again, I think we see that a lot of the European pairs with this European style, they benefit from playing on the far side of the court.
Well, they didn't like the call there. They've challenged on the back line. No, Hawkeye will be asked to adjudicate for us. They were very quick in challenging.
Challenge. It's always difficult for the line judge to judge these sliding shots. That when does it actually touch down? Very hard to judge correctly.
Ronan, Baptiste, one challenge remaining.
10-8. Good return serve. That's a lovely touch from Baptiste.
We can see that actually quite similar style to the German men's doubles we saw in the previous match. A lot of emphasis on the service situation, trying to get the attack and make use of their height.
It is the French combination of CAREME and LABAR who have the advantage at mid-game interval on a run of 3 straight points. Nice variation on the serve there.
Very interesting that there's 2 Indonesian coaches here. I normally only see Harry Pamadi do the talking.
20 seconds.
2 French coaches as well from Denmark.
Okay, thank you, coach. Coaching.
Peter Gade is the performance director and Jesper Holgaard is assistant coach.
11-10, play.
Service long.
Service over. 11 all.
Well, with SETIAWAN at the net.
Very, very precise service return and anticipating where the 3rd shot will come.
Number 13 all.
They've never really relied on their defense, AHSAN and SETIAWAN. It's definitely one of the areas where you could challenge them if you get the rally going. And it's not uncommon either to see the pairs go neck to neck when one of them is AHSAN and SETIAWAN. We've seen a lot of games decided by 2 or 3 points in the end, 21-19, 21-18. That's still encouraging for the French pair here, LABAR and CAREME.
Is there any logical reason why the Indonesians so often have this close?
Yes, I think so. I think that they emphasize so much the areas of the game that are normally 50-50, but they're not for this Indonesian pair. They are like 55-45 favorites in these situations. They're better in the service situations than a lot of the other pairs, and that means that they will just take a little bit of an advantage as we play to 21. It would be really interesting to see them play the shorter scoring system. I think they would actually lose quite a bit of games.
Yeah, this is extraordinary.
Good actions from Baptiste there at the net. Doesn't want to change the shuttle.
French pair back into the lead.
Let's hope that we get some pictures of the 2 French coaches, because they're almost coming onto the court with their 2 rackets themselves.
17-15.
And I They're taking the lead now.
Yeah. Can we think the unthinkable?
Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous.
The biggest problem is perhaps that I think they will get a little bit tense if they really come close to winning this first game here. But there's a bit silent in the crowd right now.
Good attacking play. Of course, they are hitting with the drift, which is making the smashes even more potent.
They're doing very well in the service situation. Excellent.
I love their variation on the low serve, going out wide. They've done that a couple of times. Really reading the third shots. 2 points away from the opening game. CAREME and LABAR. One choice of shots.
17-19.
Opportunities, 3 of them to be precise, for the French pairing. Look at the Indonesians looking bewildered.
Yeah, exactly. I'm beginning to become a little bit nervous for my prediction of them being gold medal favorites. I'm pretty sure that they didn't expect this tough opposition here in the first game.
2 of the 3 game points have been saved, or should I say squandered, because both times the shuttle's been hit long by the French pair.
And they've tried to lift and don't lift. That's it.
Well played. Look at the delight from Ronan LABAR. My goodness me, didn't he and his partner Baptiste CAREME play well? I thought they might be a little bit nervous coming on the court against the home favourites with all the crowd backing AHSAN and SETIAWAN. Not a bit of it.
No, they're having fun. They're playing their chance.
Yeah.
And now they're even more fired up.
And their reward is the opening game, 21-19 in just 15 minutes. Extraordinary. Surely we're not going to see another major upset, are we?
That would be really devastating for the Indonesians.
Yeah, it's certainly possible.
They have other men's doubles pairs in this tournament, and that just crossed my mind that once in a while we see the normal second stringers rise to the occasion because they can play more freely. So how about a pair like Suwadi and I got the name. Yeah, Pratama and Suwadi.
Yeah. I did get a glimpse of them earlier on today. I think they've already played, and I suspect they won.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
And what about a pair like... Oh, no, they probably didn't qualify. I was going to say
No,
Mojo.
they didn't qualify.
They didn't qualify. Their ranking wasn't high enough at the time of the end of the qualifying period. Finaldi, of course, is Mojo's partner.
Second game. Double play.
So, you really are reading that correctly. Opening game to Baptiste CAREME and Ronan LABAR. French pair against the former world champions and the number 3 seeds from Indonesia. So how will the Indonesians react? Will they up their game? Or will they get more and more nervous? Good opening rally for the second game.
I might be chasing shadows up here, but I don't think Mohammad AHSAN looks totally fit.
No. Apart from the obvious strapping on both knees, movement.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to move freely.
Yeah.
1-0. Play.
Wide.
Interesting to see if we are going to see Hendra SETIAWAN play a little bit more as a backcourt player here in order to survive this match. Tricky serve from SETIAWAN.
Overdone it. Yeah, he's definitely not himself, is he? Whether it's nerves or whether it's the injuries or a combination of the two.
Interesting that they've flicked twice to Ronan LABAR now on the far side of the court, where they have a little bit of a drift playing with them, so very hard to flick with accuracy, but they probably feel that he's been doing too well in the service situation in the first game.
The serve is short. Now, I very much noticed as they were receiving serve, and of course it was Ronan LABAR who was receiving serve, but CAREME was standing very much in the receiver's service box as well, and obviously trying to force opponents to not serve to that T position or something. Well, what would be the rationale behind that?
I have no idea.
Yeah. It looked very odd to me, I have to say.
Yeah.
I'd give my partner freedom to play any return. I wouldn't be cramping.
Excellent coverage by the French pair here. And they know that they're not going to change their playing style, the Indonesians. They're probably going to change the placements just a little bit, but not their overall playing style. That's simply not possible.
Oh, goodness. We had to hurdle the advertising boards at the back of the court. LABAR. Oh, goodness, he didn't hurt himself. Whoops, there we go.
Well played. by LABAR and CAREME, especially CAREME in this rally.
6, 8.
What did you like specifically?
Blocking it, putting it below the tape. That's the key against these Indonesians. Don't let them play the fast flat game, fast-paced flat game, or attack. Put it below the tape. Be ready, because they're going to play the first half of the court. Not even 2/3, only the half.
Rise the boat, please.
I'm tempted to say I'm sensing a shift in momentum in
Yes.
favour of the Indonesians.
Yeah, I think so too. And there's a whole world of difference between winning a game and winning a match.
Yeah.
9, 6, play.
Oh my goodness, that's a good exchange.
That was a
10,
very, very long lift there from CAREME. Again, nice block from CAREME.
Brilliantly taken. How on earth did he control the racket head there with the round the head shot? Played the most delightful. Oh, it hit the top of the net.
Number
Yeah.
7, 10.
It was well taken, my goodness me.
Needs a couple of points now. The French pair simply need to hang on to the Indonesians here to make them a little bit nervous towards the end of the second game.
But the advantage at the mid-game interval is 4 points. And I wonder if that 4 points is enough to stop those nerves jangling for the Indonesian pair. Steen, I said as part of the introduction to this French pair, they played 24 tournaments over the last 12 months. They do play a heck of a lot of badminton. Travelling the world, they've been to the Americas, they've
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court
been
1,
to
20
Africa
seconds.
at all, no, but they've been to Australia, they've been to the Russian Grand Prix, was in Vladivostok, and they've been to recently the Chinese Taipei. They're doing an awful lot of travelling. But when you see them playing like this, you know, normally I would say 24 tournaments a year, wouldn't it be better to be doing maybe 16, 17, 18 and doing quality rather than quantity?
But would you say that also if there were tennis players playing the ATP circuit?
The tennis player, this is the very interesting point, because I think you look at their world ranking as play resumes, 34, but they have thrown away their 14 worst results. So they've got less than half of their results counting towards their world ranking. Tennis players, the ATP, have to play at least 19 events. The WTA, at least 17 events. I think that our 10 for world ranking is actually too low. I think we need to have more that players have to play per year. 12 would only be 1 a month, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I think the development is that we need to play more tournaments. So our normal way, and that's why we sort of say, oh, what's that? They played 24 tournaments. That's a lot. That's because we used to, from not many years ago, Kim Dong-woo, they played 4 tournaments and won all of them. 4 tournaments during the year. So I think we need to develop this so that you actually can play as many tournaments as tennis in order to sort of make a living as a professional badminton player. And that also means that we need to get the setup right, that the practice facilities should be really, really good.
So are you in favour of having more tournaments count towards world ranking to give a more realistic world ranking? I mean, if you can throw away half of your results, your worst results,
you can just play.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends if we can maintain this increase in prize money that has been taking place over the past couple of years. I think we're in a very, very good stage right now. We need to develop it even more, but I think it's been very, very positive for badminton during the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. The Super Series, the Grand Prix Golds, and the number of tournaments in general around the world that players can play. I think the BWF have done a wonderful job.
So it's possible to keep on developing that and increasing prize money quite steadily in the tournaments. Then I think we should have more tournaments counting towards the
world ranking.
Yeah. 11-15.
Well, 3 straight points by the French combination. Another lucky net cord. Indonesians want the shuttle change, and the French say no. The umpire agrees with the French combination.
excellent racket skills there by both Mohammad AHSAN and Hendra SETIAWAN. Of course, we've looked at the strapping on AHSAN's knees, and in all fairness, we must say that the majority of the top players, they have some sort of strapping somewhere.
Yeah.
Always some little place on your body that hurts. If it doesn't, then you're simply not practicing enough.
Oh, I bet you were a harsh coach. Oh, my goodness, he stepped into that LABAR. Yeah, no wonder he's happy.
I expect you to show up tomorrow, Jill, with a little taping on your ankle or something.
Well, of course, when I was playing, I was in fact with both knees heavily strapped the whole time, but that was a consequence of 5 knee operations. 3 on one knee and 2 on the other.
Play.
Oh, good serve again. That's landed in. Oh!
I would challenge if I were the Indonesians.
Yeah.
That's too late.
It's too late.
Okay.
Well, the umpires accepted the challenge.
Challenge.
That's a borderline decision. You shouldn't be allowed to discuss it with your partner. There's some reason behind that.
Yeah.
That it's in a doubles. You should be able to just look at your partner and say, should we challenge?
Yeah. I have to say, I've got a very good slice of that line, and instinctively I thought he was in.
I thought it was close enough to challenge at least.
Yeah.
Just let's have a look at that one.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Was in.
That's what I note. He seems a little bit hesitant, Mohammad AHSAN, and that's why I think he's not fully fit.
Oh, that's a pity. Error on the serve there from Baptiste CAREME.
And that's why it's so hard to beat players that are rated high above yourself, because eventually you will start thinking, or thoughts will start occurring. Can we win this? Are we on the verge of winning it?
Yeah.
And it interferes with your concentration somehow.
I always used to have the little trick of reversing the scoreline.
Yeah.
So if I would play as if I was 13, 19 down. And instead of saying I'm that close to winning the match, I'd say, no, you have to work hard to stay in this. And it was just a like little psychological game to keep me in there believing.
I used to try that on one of my players, and he just said, yeah. You're just kidding yourself. So that didn't work with him.
Ah, you see. We're all different. Ooh.
Oh, that was a very
service fault was called. Moving feet, can you believe that? How often do you see that? That's once in a blue moon. Game point opportunities.
What a fantastic save, AHSAN. I thought that net return was unreturnable from the Indonesian side. But it's spinning so much.
Oh, it's long.
16-20.
Game points saved. Another 4 remain.
Excellent reaction by Baptiste CAREME here. And we could see that SETIAWAN, he thought he'd hit a winner.
Another 3 remain. This time. It is 1 game all, and relieved fans here in Istora Stadium. My goodness, yeah. Not so much celebration as relief, I think, for most of the fans. It is 1 game all in this men's doubles second round encounter. Because the former world champions and number 3 seeds Mohammad AHSAN and Hendra SETIAWAN have come back and taken the second at 21-17. So everything to play for in the third and deciding game, but one has to suspect that after taking that second game, former world number 1s, former world champions, might just have the upper hand. But nothing is certain in sport. That's what we love about it. 1 game all, 21-17, 35 minutes, and a third and deciding game to come.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Okay, thank you. Coach. SETIAWAN. Please. Thank you. Final game. Level play.
So here we go with the third and deciding game in this men's doubles. And I often think, Steen, when a pair has unexpectedly won the first game, and they played quite brilliantly to do so. All credit to them, and then the match goes to a deciding game. And I often fear that the bubble of optimism has been burst.
Yeah. I think perhaps the Indonesians have underestimated the French pair a little bit. Haven't really sort of shown anything of this level so far. I think, at least I haven't noticed it, so I'm really sorry if I'm wrong. But now they know a little bit more. The coaches have been watching what's going on in the first two games and so on. And
Yeah.
but still, a lot of credit to these two French players, because I just checked the matches for AHSAN and SETIAWAN a year back, and I haven't seen them lose games to players that are not in the absolute top 10 in the world.
Yeah.
2-3.
Clever attack. A little bit soft smash, and that's very clever against the Indonesians, because they often use your own power against you. They're so fast with the rackets that they simply use your own speed against you.
Well, so much for my theory that the bubble of belief and optimism may have burst with the French. Not a bit of it.
Excellent play, side to side in defense, chasing Hendra SETIAWAN around the court.
Two French coaches up out of their seats, urging their men on.
It would be great for LABAR and CAREME to create a small gap. Even better with a big gap, but 3-4 points, that would be nice.
Before the change ends.
Yes.
Yeah. Is dented.
Clever by Ronan LABAR, taking a short break.
I understand he's the French team captain when they play team competitions. Do you know him as a character?
No, not at all.
Well, he wouldn't be team captain unless he was a good character and encouraging of teammates. 7-all. The delightful block from Hendra SETIAWAN back to the centre of the court that really changed that rally around. That one there.
Excellent attack.
And once again, the French coaches leap out of their seats at the back of the court. Why not?
Very nice steep smash there. A combination a bit similar to the former Danish combination of Jens Eriksen and Martin Lundgaard in height and playing style.
Yes, twice All England champions, Eriksen and Lundgaard.
Emphasizing the serve situation a lot as well. Simply needs to get the attack. And that goes for anybody playing against AHSAN and SETIAWAN.
How many net cords has he hit on the return of serve? How many good returns of serve has he hit?
And that used to be the other way around when you look at SETIAWAN and says, oh, how many times has he hit?
Yeah, I know.
Clever play. First push to the body and then flat shot to the side.
So the advantage with the former world #1s and former world champions. But it's only a 2-point advantage as they change ends in this deciding game. Good crowds in here today. We always have good crowds in the Slaughter Stadium. And it's really the fans and the atmosphere that they create that makes this such a special venue.
Okay, coaches. 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 Okay. Coach.
Do love their badminton here in Indonesia. So 11-9 deciding game. And prior to today's play, I didn't think I'd be saying that in this match. Oh, that's clever. Very, very clever.
Excellent shot again.
And so too is that.
Finding the free spots on the Indonesian front court. And that's not easy.
Once again, no dispute as to whether the shuttle should be changed or not. I'm quite happy with that one. We've just played a winner with that.
Yeah, you can hardly see it could go broke by that. I would challenge that if I were the French. They're not doing it.
13,
They're probably not used to playing on a court where challenges exist.
Save that one. Ronan LABAR.
11, 13.
A little accidentally, I think. Look at this. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, here, change.
but it became a beautiful shot.
I have to say, Steen, I mean, I've watched this French pair on more than one occasion, and I see a dramatic improvement in the thought process and the execution of what they're trying to do. I mean, they have played completely brilliantly today. They've deserved the game, whatever happens in the match, whether they end up winning it or losing it.
They can be proud.
They can be very, very proud.
And they can bring so much back home from this tournament whenever it ends for them.
Yeah.
That they can work on. They'll get confidence.
Yeah.
I had a chat to one of the Danish players yesterday, Line Kjærsgaard, who lost to PV Sindhu, and she said, now I know I can do it. And there's such a difference in doubting whether you actually can make it to the top, or knowing that, hey, I'm compatible, I can do this.
Yeah.
Such a huge difference in motivation. Yeah, we shouldn't rule them out.
No.
We shouldn't rule them out, Jill.
13, 14.
Just 1 point the deficit. And the Indonesians visibly, to me, getting more and more nervous.
Yeah.
13-14.
I think I would direct a lot of the shots towards Mohammad AHSAN right now. He seemed a more shaky player.
Going wide.
Top cover, 15, 13.
I just sense this is a really important point coming up for the French. They must win it. And there's the experience of the Indonesians. Playing that's know it too. It's not just us sitting on the sidelines. It says important points.
Number 14, 17.
Good flick serve, honestly.
15, 17.
He's normally the quickest player in the world returning flick serves, Mohammad AHSAN. Another important point.
And they're not intimidated by Hendra SETIAWAN coming forward.
He's waiting for it, and they just play past him. And he's a little bit reluctant. He normally goes for those shots.
Yeah. Well, once again, there's just 1 point in it, and I'm very surprised that the umpire has allowed the Indonesians to instigate a quick towel down.
I would like a little pulse meter on Peter Gather right now. Just in the right corner of the screen here. Coach's pulse is
17. Still wasn't decisive with his interception.
No, not at all.
16.
He almost got it back. Had that taking the net cord and turned over on the Indonesian side, I don't know what would have happened. Yes, well played, well played.
October 17, 18.
Wins the flick serve again.
19, 17.
And that gave the attacking opportunities to the Indonesians. A 2-point advantage, 2 points away from the match for the Indonesians. Oh, that's well taken. That's more decisive. That's the sort of shot that we are used to seeing.
And it was Harry Pamadi who directed that service. SETIAWAN just looking at his coach. More of a short service.
Match point opportunities. Good serve. Oh,
Excellent play by Baptiste CAREME.
October
that's
18,
unbelievable, isn't it?
20. That is the most significant about this game, how good the French pair has been in the service situation. Perhaps not the most significant, but the most surprising.
Yeah. 18-20. Still match point for the Indonesians. Oh, no! Oh, no! After such a brilliant match, it ends on a service error from Baptiste CAREME. Well, how relieved will Mohammad and Hendra SETIAWAN be at the end of that? If only they'd been made to play the shuttle. One feels that the nerves were jangling. And perhaps, you never know. But that's all academic now. The reality is that the former world champions Mohammad and Hendra have scraped through in 3 games. 19-21, 21-17, 21-18 in the third and deciding game. And there'll be many fans that are very, very relieved by that. 55 minutes, and we weren't sure until right at the end when that serve found the net who was going to win that encounter. But the seeds and the former champions are indeed safely through to the third round.
need to draw breath after that one. What a close encounter that men's doubles was. The third seed and world champions of 2013 in Guangzhou coming good in the end. But what a tense match that was. Fantastic, a great match to watch. Next up, Tommy Sugiarto from Indonesia as well, against Wei Nan, the 20th ranked player in the world. That should be a good one. The man from Hong Kong just narrowly escaping. He was 11-2 down, to remind you, in against Howard Hsu, in a great deal of trouble. Then we've got women's doubles and a couple of men's singles and the women's singles as well. So don't go anywhere. We're on to our, what is it, the 7th match of the day upcoming. The local man from Jakarta, Tommy Sugiarto, the 15th seed, in action next. Stay with us for this one, just awaiting them to the court. Just their section of the draw. We're at the bottom of the top half of the men's singles draw. And you can see, there they are, Howard Hsu lost to Wei Nan, having been, what was he, something like a 12-2 up in the deciding game. Wei Nan coming good in the end. Scott Evans will play Zulkifli, and they will meet the winners of this match for a round of 16 encounter. I'm Paul Hand, thanks to Jill Clark and Steen Pedersen, alongside me Jesper Larsson as well. Former world #1 in doubles, Jesper. We're awaiting Tommy Sugiarto up next. He's always been ranked inside the top 20. This, over the last 12 months, has Sugiarto. His opponent has been as high as 17th in the world, currently ranked 20th, the 31-year-old from Hong Kong.